Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tiny English. My name is May, and I'm so excited to be here with you today for another lesson. We have a very, very important topic to talk about, one that you will use many times in your English-speaking journey.
And I'm Gray. It's great to see you all again. As May said, today's topic is something everyone needs to master. We're going to talk about how to answer the question, "Tell me about yourself." It sounds simple, but it can be a little tricky, right? You might hear this in a job interview, on your first day of class, or when you are making new friends.
That's right, Gray. It can make you feel a bit nervous. What should I say? How much should I say? Is my information interesting? We understand these feelings. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you will feel much more confident and prepared to answer this common question in any situation.
Exactly. We will break it down for you, give you useful words and phrases, and practice with some real-life examples. We want to help you introduce yourself clearly and effectively. So, let's get ready to learn how to tell people about you.
Before we dive into our main conversation, let's learn some key vocabulary that will help you talk about yourself. These are words you can use to make your introduction sound even better.
Our first word is hometown. Your hometown is the town or city where you were born and grew up. It's a very common piece of information to share when you first meet someone. For example, you could say, "My hometown is a beautiful coastal city, but now I live in the capital."
That's a great example. Our second word is profession. A profession is another word for your job, especially a job that needs special training or a university degree. It sounds a little more formal than just saying job. For instance, teaching is a very rewarding profession, or he is a doctor by profession.
Very useful. The third word is hobby. A hobby is an activity that you do regularly in your free time for pleasure and relaxation. It's not your job, it's something you do for fun. You could say, "My main hobby is photography," or "She has a lot of interesting hobbies."
I like that word. Next up, we have passionate. If you are passionate about something, you have very strong feelings of love or enthusiasm for it. It shows you have a deep interest. For example, I'm passionate about learning new languages. It shows a lot of energy and excitement.
And our fifth and final word for today is experience. Experience is the knowledge and skills you get from doing something for a period of time. This word is especially important for job interviews. You can say, "I have 5 years of experience in customer service," or "This job requires previous experience."
Excellent! So our 5 words are hometown, profession, hobby, passionate, and experience. Try to remember these as we go through our conversation.
All right, now let's get into the main part of our lesson, practicing how to answer, "Tell me about yourself." The most important thing to remember is that your answer should change depending on the situation. Introducing yourself to a new friend is very different from introducing yourself in a job interview.
That is a perfect point, Gray. Let's start with a casual, friendly situation. Imagine we are at a language exchange party and we just met. If I asked you, "So Gray, tell me about yourself," what would you say?
In that situation, I would keep it short, simple, and friendly. I would say something like, "Well, my name is Gray. I'm originally from Manchester, but I moved here about 2 years ago. I work as a music teacher, and in my free time, I love playing the guitar and hiking in the mountains. It's nice to meet you."
That was a great answer. Let's break it down for our audience. You included 4 key things. First, your name. Second, where you are from, your hometown. Third, what you do for work, your profession. And fourth, something you enjoy doing, your hobby. It gives me a good picture of who you are without being too long.
Exactly. The goal is to start a conversation. After my answer, you could ask me about my job. Oh, you're a music teacher? What instrument do you teach? Or you could ask about my hobbies. Hiking sounds fun. Where do you usually go?
Yes, it's a conversation starter. Now, let's try another one. What if you are a university student? How would a student answer? Let me try to answer as a student. If you asked me, I might say, "Hi, I'm May. I'm a student at National University and I'm studying business. I'm in my 3rd year. I'm from a small town in the South, but I live in a dormitory near the campus now. When I'm not studying, I really enjoy playing badminton with my friends."
Perfect. Again, you have the same key elements. Name, what you do, in this case being a student and what you study, where you're from, and a hobby. It's friendly and gives enough information. So for everyone watching, why don't you try to build your own casual introduction now? Just a few sentences. What's your name? What do you do? Where are you from? And what is one of your hobbies?
That's a great idea. Practice is so important. Now, let's move on to a more formal situation. This is the one that many people nervous, the job interview. The question, "Tell me about yourself" here is not just a friendly question, it's a test.
You're absolutely right. In a job interview, the interviewer wants to know if you are a good fit for the company and the position. They want to know about your professional side. So talking about your love for watching movies might not be the best thing to focus on.
Exactly. Your answer should be professional and relevant to the job. A good structure for a job interview answer is the present, past, future formula. First, talk about your present situation. Then, talk about your past experience. Finally, connect it to the future and this specific job.
Let's do a role play. May, you be the interviewer, and I will be the candidate applying for a marketing manager position. Ask me the question.
Okay, I'm the interviewer now. Hello, Gray. Thank you for coming in today. To start, could you tell me about yourself?
Certainly. I am a marketing specialist with over 6 years of experience in the digital marketing field. I am currently working as a senior marketing associate at a tech company where I lead our social media campaigns and content strategy. In the past, I worked for a smaller agency where I learned the fundamentals of SEO and email marketing. I was able to help one of our clients increase their website traffic by 40% in 1 year. I am very passionate about using data to build effective marketing strategies, and I was very excited to see that this manager role focuses on data-driven results. I believe my experience and skills make me a strong candidate for this position, and I'm eager to help your team grow.
Wow, Gray. If I were a real interviewer, I would be very impressed. That was a fantastic answer. Let's analyze it with the present, past, future model.
Sure. For present, I said I am a marketing specialist with 6 years of experience and mentioned my current role and responsibilities. This immediately tells the interviewer who I am professionally right now.
Yes. For past, you talked about your previous job and, very importantly, you mentioned a specific achievement. You said you increased website traffic by 40%. Using numbers and specific results is very powerful. It shows your value. You used our vocabulary word, experience, perfectly.
And for future, I connected my skills and passion to the job I am applying for. I showed that I have read the job description and understand what they are looking for. I said I was passionate about using data and that I want to help your team grow. This shows I am thinking about their company, not just myself.
That is the key difference. The casual introduction is all about you. The professional introduction is about you in relation to the job. It's a story that presents you as the solution to their problem.
Now, let's switch roles. I'll be the interviewer. Imagine you are applying for a job as an English teacher at a language center, May. Hello, May. Welcome. Let's begin. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Of course. I am a certified English teacher with 4 years of experience teaching young adults and business professionals. Currently, I am an online English tutor where I designed personalized lesson plans for students from different backgrounds, focusing on improving their conversational skills. Before this, I taught at a language school in the city center for 2 years. There, I was responsible for preparing students for their IELTS exams, and I'm proud to say that 90% of my students achieved their target score. I am deeply passionate about creating a supportive and engaging learning environment. I was drawn to your school because of its focus on communicative teaching methods, which aligns perfectly with my own teaching philosophy. I am confident I can contribute to your students' success.
Another brilliant answer. You see, everyone, the structure works for any profession. May started with the present, a certified teacher with experience. Then the past, her previous job, and a great specific achievement about her students' scores. You also used the word passionate very well.
And for the future, I mentioned why I was interested in their school. I showed that I did my research. This is very important. It tells the interviewer that you are serious about this specific opportunity. You didn't just send your application to 100 different places.
Exactly. So, a few things to avoid in a job interview introduction. Don't talk about your personal life, like your family or your hobbies, unless they are relevant. For example, if you are applying for a job at a sports company, mentioning you play that sport is a good idea. Otherwise, don't.
Another tip is to keep it concise. Your answer should be around 90 seconds to 2 minutes long. Don't talk for 5 minutes. The interviewer has other questions to ask. Practice your answer so you can say it smoothly and confidently. Don't memorize it word for word, but know the key points you want to make.
And don't be too modest. A job interview is the time to sell yourself. Be confident about your skills and your experience. It's okay to be proud of your achievements. Talk about what you did well in your past jobs.
That's great advice. So we've covered the casual introduction and the formal job interview introduction. What about a situation in between? For example, the first day of a new class or a workshop. It's not as formal as a job interview, but not as casual as meeting a friend at a party.
That's a good scenario. In that case, you can combine elements from both. You should still be professional or academic, but you can also add a little bit more personality. You want to connect with your classmates or fellow participants.
So if the teacher says, "Let's go around the room and have everyone introduce themselves," how would you do it, Gray?
I would say something like, "Hi everyone, my name is Gray. I work as a graphic designer. I decided to take this public speaking workshop because I want to become more confident when presenting my design concepts to clients. In my free time, I enjoy visiting art galleries. I'm looking forward to learning with all of you."
That's a perfect example for that situation. It's friendly but also focused. You mentioned your name, your profession, why you were in the class, which is very important, and a relevant hobby. It connects you to the purpose of the group.
Yes, sharing your reason for being there is key. It helps you find common ground with other people. Someone else might say, "Oh, I also need to present to clients. It's so difficult." And just like that, you've started a connection.
Let's try one more. Imagine I'm in that same workshop. I could say, "Hello, I'm May. I'm a project manager. A big part of my job is leading team meetings, so I'm here to improve my communication skills and learn how to run meetings more effectively. Outside of work, I'm passionate about volunteering. It's nice to meet you all."
Excellent! You see, both of our answers are friendly, state our professional goal for being in the workshop, and add a little personal touch. This is a great middle ground approach.
I think we've given our listeners a lot of good models to follow. The most important lesson is to think about your audience and your goal. Who are you talking to? What do you want them to know about you?
That's the best summary, May. Before we finish, let's quickly review the don'ts. Don't be too vague. Saying, "I am a person who likes to do things," is not helpful. Be specific. Don't be too negative. Don't say, "Well, I lost my last job, so I need a new one." Focus on the positive.
And for interviews, don't just list the duties from your old job. Instead, talk about your accomplishments. Don't say, "I was responsible for social media." Say, "I managed the social media accounts and grew our audience by 20%. It's much more powerful.
It really is. It shows you didn't just do the job, you did it well. And my final tip is to practice out loud. Stand in front of a mirror or record yourself on your phone. It might feel strange at first, but it will help you hear how you sound and make you much more comfortable when you have to do it for real.
I agree 100%. Practice builds confidence. Answering "tell me about yourself" is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice.
Wow, that was a lot of information, but hopefully it was all very useful. Answering "tell me about yourself" is a fundamental skill, and now you have the tools to do it well in any situation.
Let's do a very quick review. Remember to adjust your answer for the situation. A short and friendly introduction for casual settings, and a structured, professional, present, past, future answer for job interviews.
Don't forget our key vocabulary: hometown, profession, hobby, passionate, and experience. Try to use them in your own introductions. And remember to highlight your achievements, especially in formal settings.
That's right. The most important thing is to practice. So for today's practice, please go to the comments section below and introduce yourself. You can write a short, casual introduction, or you can practice a more professional one for a job. We would absolutely love to read them and get to know you better.
And if you found this video helpful and you learned something new, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow and lets us know that we are making useful content for you.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to Tiny English and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future lessons. We have many more exciting topics planned for you. Thank you so much for watching today.
Thanks, everyone. Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone. See you soon.